Hello and welcome to Eat Well, a healthy lifestyle program of OSF Healthcare supported by a grant from Illinois Critical Hospital Network. And today we're going to be making loaded zucchini skins. You can find this recipe at osfhealthcare.org/recipes. So if you want to cook along with me, you can do that. First, always wash your hands. If you have soap and water, that's great. If you don't, the hand sanitizer works well too. For here at the hospital, we're going to be wearing gloves while we cook today. So our zucchini is a really great vegetable. It's got a lot of health benefits. This zucchini, like yellow squash and spaghetti squash, is a summer squash. So really we find these in great abundance during the summer. And sometimes we wonder, what am I going to do with that zucchini? So here's just one idea that may be a little bit different than what you're used to doing. But in 1 cup of cooked zucchini, we have 28 calories, 1 gram of protein, no fat, 7 grams of carbohydrate, and 3 grams of fiber. That's 10% of the fiber that most women need in a day, because we're recommended to get 30 grams of fiber. So that really is a lot when you think about it, and you're not getting many calories for that fiber. The first thing we're going to do with our zucchini is we're going to go ahead and cut it. You can see we've already got some that we've cut, but you just want to cut it in half. So we're cutting it crossways, and then we're going to cut it lengthwise. So we're going to end up with 4 pieces from our zucchini. This is kind of a medium small zucchini. You could really use any size, but the amount of ingredients that we're using are kind of based on a small to medium sized zucchini. So then once you get your zucchini cut, we want to take out that middle, because this is like, it's a skin, so like a potato skin. Now, I don't want you to discard any of this filling. I'm just taking a spoon. I don't recommend trying to do it with a knife. I think that might be a little dangerous. If you have a citrus spoon that has the little serrated teeth around it, that works really well also to clean out your skins. And you can clean them out where they're a little thicker or a little thinner, just to your taste. While I'm cleaning this out, we can talk about what we might do with all this pile of filling that we've taken out from the middle of our zucchini, the pulp, I guess you would call it. It can be used to make a soup. Zucchini bisque is a good idea. You can use that in there, or you can cut it up and add it to an omelet. You can go ahead and put it in stir fry like this, grating it up or chopping it up really small. You can add it to spaghetti sauce. It's a great addition, and if you're a mom that's really worried about, are my kids eating enough vegetables? Well, this adds some extra veggie into your spaghetti sauce. You could even use the zucchini for pasta if you want to spiralize it. So you really wouldn't want to do that with the pulp. It's a little bit less appealing on the plate. But there are just so many ways to use zucchini, and this is just one way that makes a nice treat. You could use this as a side dish. It's nice to serve if you're having an outdoor picnic. Just makes a nice snack also after school. Today we're going to be making our skins in the air fryer, and that the instructions at OSF Healthcare recipe website does include the information for doing this in an air fryer. However, you could do it in the oven or on a grill, whatever works best for you. If you're working with an air fryer and you have a smaller one like this one, you're going to have to work in batches. So the first step is that we're going to go ahead and spray these with some olive oil. You could really use any oil that you wanted. we're going to go ahead and spray both sides. So you just want to coat them nice. They don't need to be really drowned in the oil, but it does help to add a little bit of oil. And again, we want to do that on both sides, especially if you're using a grill, then you won't have as much of a problem with sticking. So we're going to flip these over. As you can see, some are a little bit thinner, some are a little bit thicker. So now we've got these prepped. And then I'm going to flip them over so I've got the insides up, because what I want to do next is mix up my seasoning. And the seasoning we're using just regular salt, some garlic powder, and some paprika. So we're going to add our salt. It's just 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then also 1/4 of a teaspoon of the garlic powder, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika. So that's pretty easy to remember. They're equal amounts. So if you were making a larger batch of these, you could just increase this based on how much you're going to use. So I'm just going to stir these 3 seasonings together. And then you can use a spoon or just your fingers to kind of go ahead and sprinkle some on each piece of our zucchini. My husband says that the seasoning is what really makes these. He loves that pop from the paprika and the garlic. It is a nice flavoring additive. So if you don't really care for things to be, they're definitely not hot, just has some spice and nice taste, you could leave it off, but you're going to have a much blander product and really like the seasonings. I'm not even going to use quite all of this that I've mixed up. I think that there's enough on there. Again, these are, kind of smaller zucchini, so I have some left over. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put these into my air fryer. So air fryers are all different, but we're going to try to put as many as we can in here in a single layer. You don't want to stack them up. We're going to just put these 4 in, and then we'll have 4 for the next batch. So I want to put that in my air fryer, and then I'm going to have to check the recipe to make sure that I put the time and the temperature correctly. And it says 350 for 8 minutes. We want to get those kind of crisp tender. So on this air fryer, I'm just going to do 350. And 8 minutes, and hit start. So while I've got that going, I'm going to go ahead and cook the bacon now. I've got our bacon cooking, we've got our zucchini skins in the air fryer. So right now, have a little time and we can talk about zucchini and its many health benefits. Zucchini has a lot of the phytonutrients and antioxidants that help fight inflammation. So actually eating zucchini or anything with a lot of phytonutrients can help prevent diabetes and some other diseases, help cut down on the inflammation that we have in our bodies, which does lead to a lot of health problems. Zucchini has a lot of fiber, so that does aid in our digestion. We mentioned that earlier. It also supports healthy circulation and a healthy heart. And how it does that, it's low in sodium and high in potassium. So that helps us to maintain the healthy blood pressure, while fiber lowers the cholesterol levels. So that combination together helps us to work towards a good, healthy circulation, which is necessary to have a healthy blood pressure and a healthy heart. Zucchini can also benefit our eye health. We probably don't think about that. You hear carrots are always good for your eyes, but zucchini is a good source of those vitamin C and beta carotenes as well, and also has manganese and some other minerals and vitamins that can help improve your eye health. So we really always want to do things that can improve our eye health. So with all these really great things about zucchini, it's something that you can add to your diet and feel really good about. Zucchini can be eaten raw. You know, you could cut it up into sticks and put it in a dip like you would carrots or celery. You can make lasagna with it, either using it as the vegetable ingredient in your lasagna, or you could cut it lengthwise and make that as your noodles. Spiralized, it's a great substitute for pasta. We find that zucchini can be added to a lot of different things, especially soups, stews, omelets, things like that. I think right now we're going to go ahead and flip our bacon here in the skillet. Ooh, hear that sizzle? Don't we? Most of us really do like bacon. And while we can't say it's really heart healthy when we're using just a small amount, it's really not much of a problem. So we've got 3 to 4 slices of bacon for all of our potato skins. So I'm going to get our cooked bacon. And look, there are our potato skins are ready to come out. So look at these great looking potato skins. Can you see those? I am going to lift these out with a pair of tongs. I like to keep my tongs in a little tube, like from the inside of a roll of paper towels. So I'm just going to lift these out. I'm going to put these in. They're going to go back in for the second batch, and I'm going to put them on for 8 minutes. So while those are cooking, I'm going to get the filling ready for these. So the first thing we want to do is put some cheese. We're using some grated cheddar. You could use a mix with Colby Jack, or you could use some pepper jack. Just depends on what your preference is. But we're going to fill each potato skin up pretty nicely with some cheese. And then we want to go ahead and add the bacon that's already been cooked. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this into some smaller pieces, or you can crumble it sometimes if this is pretty crispy. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this over here and put a few pieces on each one of our skins. So these are ready to go back into the air fryer. Okay, so these skins that we've filled, you can see that the cheese has already started to melt on those really nicely, but we're going to go ahead and put them back into the air fryer, again just in a single layer. Oops, I knocked that one's bacon off. Somebody wouldn't be happy with that. And then we're going to return these to the air fryer again at 350, but this time just for 2 minutes. So in this air fryer, it kind of defaults to 15. So now we've got that going, and then when they come out this time, they're going to be ready to eat. So here they are, finished, and I'm just going to put them out on a plate. All right. So here's our finished product. You want to let them cool for a minute, but they are delicious just like this. But if you're somebody who likes your potato skins or any other skins with a little topping, you can add a dollop of sour cream or Greek yogurt, and you could add some thinly sliced green onions, or I'm going to put a jalapeno on a couple of these. If you like something that's really spicy, I would recommend, if you're going to cut any hot pepper, that you do wear gloves. So there we go. Here's our finished product, and I'm ready to try this. How about you? Look at that cheese string. Zucchini, cheese, and bacon, a great combination.